welcome to Intermissions, your backstage pass to On the Air with Florenza. You'll experience bloopers, outtakes, surprises, and all the laughter in between. Intermissions is unscripted, unfiltered, and undeniably Florenza. So put your hands together to welcome today's guest to the show. Thank you so much, Linda, for joining me on this episode of On the Air with Florenza, where we are going to discuss your beautiful book, Tiny Vices. Before we dig in, I do want the listeners to know that I am so glad that you're on with me, even though you're recovering almost from a cold.
Yes.
Oh,
So I sound a bit froggy. Yes.
I said before we came on the air that you kind of had that little sexy, little raspiness going on with the little fade. So
It's the
I
Laura
don't know.
Bacall thing.
I love it. Before we get started, we're going to toast to a fantastic show. I saw you with the glass earlier, and were you drinking water or were you like some of my guests hiding your vodka in a water glass?
But yeah, no, I'm drinking water.
Well, cheers.
And there's a whole story behind that I won't go into, but it may came up later in our questions.
Uh-oh, we'll see about that. And for
Uh,
my listeners who are used to me having some type of alcoholic beverage, today I'm actually just having lemonade. It's an organic lemonade. I was traveling for the last couple weeks and I think I over partied. So we're just going with lemonade. But I have this really cool Ingleside glass that I got from the Ingleside winery in it's Colonial Beach, Virginia. If you've never been there, you owe a trip. It is a hidden gem. It was like going back in time. It was phenomenal.
oh.
Yes, that's my free commercial plug to Ingleside Winery. We are going to start off with a few questions that are going to be part of our intermissions segment. And I'm hoping we're going to have fun. It's some true or false, some this or that, and um, just a few prompt questions just to get to know you a little bit better. Are you ready?
I guess.
You're going to wish that was vodka. Okay. What's something in your office people would be surprised to see, and tell us a little bit about it?
In my office, surprised to see. Um, Maybe they'd be surprised to see um the paintings that I have collected and artwork and from my travels from
Oh,
Cuba. I got this fantastic painting from a guy off the street in Havana, from Africa, from Morocco.
ooh,
Wherever I go, I like to, you know, get some art if I can. Never expensive art,
uh-huh.
but so my place is full of art, and especially a lot of portraits of jazz musicians.
Very
Incredible.
nice.
If you can see behind me,
Uh-huh.
excuse my voice, it's really hard to see. On the wall behind my head is a large blown up photograph of, it's called A Great Day in Harlem, which was a photograph taken in, I'm going to say 1958.
Uh-huh.
Very famous. They made a documentary of it. They gathered jazz musicians from all over to one spot in Harlem and took this photograph. And a lot of things, it's there's a whole story behind the story, but it it just pulsates with the energy of these great artists.
Yeah. Oh, that's wonderful. I just recently started collecting art from street vendors where I go. I picked up several beautiful pieces in Ghana when I was just there, and we picked up a piece when we were in Brazil and in Belize. Um,
Oh, yeah.
so yeah, and that's such a great thing to do. The artist in Ghana, he just told me, he says, take my art back to America with you. And
Oh,
that just touched my heart, right? Like, oh my gosh, that was just brilliant. So thank you for that answer. That was fun. Now,
mm.
what would people be surprised to know? Um, what would people be surprised to know about you and your, you know what? I'm going to skip that question because you just answered it. You had no way of knowing. My next question was dealing with jazz and travel. That is so cool. I feel a little psychic moment going on there with you, Linda. True or false? You once navigated Mexico with a group of middle-aged siblings in real life. I'm going to say you've already alluded to traveling. I don't know if you would have been with siblings, but I'm going to go on a limb and say true.
Well, that's when the thing goes, no, it's false. Although I have or did have a large family and have been to Mexico with one or the other of my siblings, but never um, the whole group of us. No.
Oh, okay. And then our last one for this segment is this is under the this or that category. Sibling bickering or a silent therapy session which fuse more storytelling magic. Which of the two? Sibling bickering or a silent therapy session would you use to fuel your storytelling magic?
I would say the latter. Could you repeat it again? Because it's a long phrase.
Yes, sibling bickering or a silent therapy session.
A silent therapy session. Yes, that's more what's fueling it.
Nice. Well, thank you for answering the questions for that segment.
And this wraps up our episode of Intermissions, your backstage pass to On the Air with Florenza. Be sure to check out the full interview for this author as well as others on Florenza's podcast, On the Air with Florenza. And until next time, cheers.